Good evening. It's your favorite bat rat cat with a hat. This time a pirate one. I'm back on the high seas. Ready for a good night of some sailing, some building. Who's to say? Let's rock this joint. They call me Cuban Pete. I'm the king of the rumba beat. When I play the maracas, they go chick chicky boom, chick chicky boom. Computer, turn on the floor lamp.
Okay.
I need more coffee to function properly.
More coffee, you say? All right. Tell you what, we gonna go across these water. We gonna find that treasured chest. Hello. Is he in the way again? Oh, he's in the way. Am I gonna have to expand this? That's gonna be annoying. To move these baskets actually. Oh, the wood. Hate knocking trees down in my beautiful paradise, but when she wants wood, you give her wood. Oh. clear that island over there. So we're not destroying our main resort.
Captain at the helm! Get the wind!
A short song, boys.
Way, hey! Oh, Maggie,
Maggie, Maggie, they're taking me away.
Just sail upon Van Diemen's cruel shore. Oh, you rock so many whalers and
Many drunken sailors.
you'll never cruise round Liverpool no more. Now come here, all you sailors bold, and listen to me tale. I know you all will sadly pity me, for I was a ruddy fool in the port of Liverpool on that voyage when I first paid off from sea. I was paid off at the home for a voyage from Sierra Leone. £2.10 a month had been my pay. As I jingled in me tin, I was sadly taken in by a lady of the name of Maggie May.
Oh, Maggie, Maggie May, they're taking you away.
To sail upon Van Diemen's cruel shore. Oh, you rock so
So
many
many
whalers
whalers and many drunken sailors.
you'll never cruise round Liverpool no more. When I steered into her, no, I hadn't got a care. I was cruising up and down Old Cannon Place. She was dressed in a gown so fine, like a frigate on the line, and I being just a sailor man gave chase. Well, next morning when I awoke and I found that
Oh
I
my
was
god.
I hadn't got
Perfect
anything I
parking.
could find. So I tacked upon me
Perfect parking. Definitely did not hit the bottom of my ship. X marks the spot. Get him. game, and that's taking you away. Alright, let's go back to our old game of... What is he singing? Shall we? I said, shall we? Well, Spotify not wanting to open. Fantastic. Sailors shall never go to Liverpool no more. Oh, no, yeah, Take. I guess they don't want me to sing. Hello? Please hold. Something is happening. Or rather, something's not happening. What it should be happening. SP. Quite interesting. Quite interesting indeed. Hello? Well, suppose we'll have to listen to okay, that's fine. Let's watch this video.
So BBC cancels Doctor Who off the air until 2031 because no producer wants it. The BBC potentially struggling to find anyone willing to take over one of its most famous properties. Well, what happened with Doctor Who?
Well, what happened is that we already called this out 2 years ago. So let's give it a bit of context, and then I'll show Asman the disaster that's been the latest 2 seasons.
Metro UK deleted their Twitter account after backlash to their Doctor Who article. Metro put out this article with the racist headline, "Sorry, straight white men, Doctor Who was never made for you."
Halt! Before people try to cancel Asman again for talking about something he has no idea about, Doctor Who, created in 1963, holds the record as the longest-running series in television history. It follows the adventures of the Doctor, a time-traveling alien. What sets the show apart is the Doctor's ability to regenerate into a new form when near death, resulting in 15 actors portraying the role since its inception. Even though the show always had some goofy special effects, what made Doctor Who great was that the show had soul. It wasn't just about looks. It was about good stories, big ideas, and interesting sci-fi adventures. And then the first female Doctor was announced, after 12 male Doctors. And the show saw its biggest decline ever. Now, you would hope the show, at its lowest point ever,
that wasn't that bad.
what made it great. Nope, they sold the show
Actually.
rights to Disney.
Yes, me. I promise I can help them get home and then you'll never see me again.
Actually,
You're assuming he
I didn't finish that one.
Yes, we know everything. And you know nothing. It's a shame you're not a woman anymore. Something Mel presented in Time War.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is how you destroy one of the most successful sci-fi series
But-
in history.
So that happened 2
What?
years ago. Producer
introduced to the most vandalized, subverted, and perverted of them all, Doctor Who. And what was Doctor Who over the rest? Well, unlike the others, the brain trust of the BBC decided to write on the entire history of the show. The BBC. The first Doctor, played by the legendary William Hartnell, with a little black girl. I got it. Actor James Monsoon from season 14 said, "Who gives a fuck what thickens them for every trans woman, racist Doctor Who fan that comes this season? There are going to be 3 to 5 new fans who are coming in for the representation."
Get away from them. I'm them. Nice to see you again, kiddo. We know each other.
I like it.
The average person at Walmart thinks things about that person that I can't repeat. The average person in China thinks things about that person that might even get them banned on Twitter.
Which admittedly is better than what the show's star said shooting Godwalk. Don't watch, turn off the TV, and go out and touch grass. Apparently, follow up a season with the
it was
most
fine.
ratings in the show's history.
What I didn't like was the whiny ass
You showed them
lady.
conservatives now.
But the thing that amazes me about all of this is that the BBC actually expected anything different. I mean, how completely fucking out of touch do you have to be to think that you can spend years belittling,
Very.
insulting, and lecturing the very people who watch your show and expect them to keep coming back for more?
was depicted as a wheelchair user with a disfigured face. Along with the Daleks, Davros is the most iconic Doctor Who villain, with his first appearance in 1975. But on set today, Davros is looking quite different. And there's a problem with Davros alone in that he's a wheelchair user. I had problems with that, and a lot of us on the production team.
What? You saying handicapped people can't be evil? That's ableist.
Davros, and without the wheelchair, his wheelchair functions as a wheelchair. And it's absolutely vital to do this, and I'm very, very proud of the fact that you have.
Are you kidding me? This is what these people do. Doctor Who boss Russell Davies warns
How
audiences
ableist.
that X
That's
is
terrible.
a hate site for fandoms. I'm so tired of activists before all of them parasites. They drive this shit into the ground. They give them money and support. They don't have input. And how do you know that? It's because
Oh,
the
get
show's
out of the way, Dodo. You almost
entire
died.
ideology is done. And in every single instance where we win, we're able to delegitimize and destroy these people's careers. It becomes more powerful, more inevitable, and more effective.
Fuck.
Oh no, man.
Despite a free week
That's
for
kind of
players,
rude.
Bungie's struggling extraction
It's like you're going out of your way to be an asshole.
are still in trouble. Welcome to Inside Games
You
Daily.
just care too
Okay,
much.
new show brave enough to still play Marathon every day. Oh, I heard so good, but gosh, I guess I'm one of the chosen few. It's not looking good, is it, bro?
No. In a word, no. It's in trouble, and there may be huge layoffs coming at Bungie, but
Oh boy.
in a
Layoffs
second.
at Bungie.
First, let's talk a little bit about Marathon. This is going to be from the game's Steam population
Paul Tassi again.
climbed to about 40,000
That man is a journalist,
Inside, if you wanted to check it out, unfortunately, just
I guess.
player count steadily declined over the following
Stump.
days, dropping to around 18,000 by the end of the extended free week, falling even further to a peak of around 12,700 players on Monday night.
Yeah, which is almost exactly where Marathon ended its first season. Before the new update, the game had settled into roughly about 11 to 12,000 concurrents on Steam after 2 months. Following season 2, it had returned to that same baseline in just 2 weeks.
Ships on your
Back home, boys. I'm bullying the yarding. Bullying the yarding. Help me, Mom. I'm bullying the yarding. It's a girl that I love dearly. Bullying the yarding. Love nearly. Fight.
For 7 long years I courted little Sally. Way, bully in the alley. But all she did was dilly and dally. Pulling out his shin bone now.
I see.
I'm bully in the alley. Way, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Pulling out his shin bone now. I left my Sally went a-sailing. Way, bully in the alley. Signed on a big ship and went a-whaling. Pulling out his shin bone now. Oh, help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Way, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Pulling out his shin bone now. If I ever get back, I'll marry little Sally. Way, bully in the alley. Have 6 kids and live in Shinbone Alley. Bully out in Shinbone now. Oh, help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Way, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Bully out in Shinbone now. I thought I heard the old man saying, way, bully in the alley. One more pull and we'll be laying.
Dude, what a parking job. Are you kidding me? Oh, what is happening? What is happening? No, no. What?
Even this surge in popularity has not changed my stance on the future of Destiny 2.
What the hell happened?
Even in the wake of this well-performing update, I asked my sources, like, is there anything
Push the wrong button.
to change things based on like how well this company is playing? Is there anything that has changed? And one word answer I got back is no.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine that any kind of blip, no matter how amazing it's just. I don't think you make plans and announce an exit.
You didn't jump.
Shutdown of an operating service like this if a week's worth of player base could change your mind. Yeah.
Yeah, he also said Destiny 2's upcoming final hotfix will address bugs and issues from the final update. After that, the team keeping the game on life support will be disbanded or let go. So yeah, there's nothing. He basically said unless there's some critical game-breaking bug, whatever bugs are left will just stay there.
Gosh, you'd think since monetization is still on in the game, they could afford to keep 1 or 2 people at least keeping the hard game going. But no, I guess it's just going to be some server with spiderwebs on it, slowly taking its way towards down to the back of Bungie's server room at some point. Yeah, that's all a huge bummer. And it doesn't sound good at all for the people who were working on Destiny. Because, yeah, one journalist says that there are huge staffing cuts coming from Bungie. I think we cynically kind of all saw this coming, especially when, for me, it was when they didn't announce that they were moving everyone onto a new project. It was, we have to explore. If they don't already have a project funded and ready to go, you just can't keep people on staff doing nothing. So yeah, this sucks.
Yeah, so take this with a grain of salt. This comes from a French journalist named Sylvain Trinel. But I looked at his bio. It feels like he's legit, writes for some outlets. But, you know, we haven't had confirmation beside this. But he wrote on X that there will be massive layoffs at Bungie this summer, affecting 50% of the staff. So, yeah, massive threat.
He also wrote in a follow-up post that many people at PlayStation don't understand the decision made at the top to discontinue Destiny 2. So that's pretty baffling.
Yeah, and then he added, this was very recently, some have told me that there's a kind of desire for revenge, as Sony's leadership reportedly blames Bungie for a number of issues with their games as a service strategy. So, some spicy meatballs for you.
Yeah, I understand the desire to apply kind of a human drama to the movements of the corporation, and sometimes that happens because there's people that work here. And I can certainly understand thinking that a company would feel a little resentful if they had spent the money that Sony spent on Bungie only for nearly all of their service games to flop. So that's an interesting take, and one that it will probably fall on very dry and thirsty kindling for people that enjoy the rubber side of video games. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure that the opportunity of making money usually overpowers any of that.
Yeah, and I I'm sure with any big organization, there probably are some, mixed opinions.
They love money.
Probably people who thought that acquisition was a great idea. Some people who may have always been against it. Who knows? But a former Bungie employee seemed to respond to that report from Tramell. Leanna Rupert, a former community manager, wrote on X that Bungie deserved better. Then she didn't elaborate, but it seemed like that was kind of an allusion to the I don't know. It is not great over there.
Not great. I understand it. I get the frustration, especially for longtime fans of Bungie. I got
that's how you do this.
But Marathon's got the sauce. At least it has some sauce for specific players, specifically me. People that have the time and the tolerance get wrecked by very good players on the internet. But gosh, you can't argue with the aesthetic and the punch of that game, the trailers. Even if you don't play the game, just watch all the trailers because there's some pretty beautiful psychedelic cyberpunk sci-fi in there. And yeah, apart from that, it's just a bummer. One thing that occurred to me, the reason that this may not move any needles at Bungie is because, and I hate to say this, maybe they knew, like at any moment they could have thrown this switch, put the game in this state, attracted back all these players, but they're only doing this because they're exiting a window of monetization. So I don't know. I don't think it's an accident that they knew exactly how to open the game up, and they're doing that as quickly as possible. I think to some degree they always knew that what would make the players happy versus what keeps them engaged and monetized. And that's one of the, I think that's kind of core to a lot of people's growing discontent with the game, especially maybe compared to other games and services that haven't played those particular tricks and continue to entertain their fan bases. So it's a bummer though. It's a real bummer. Bungie deserved better. At the end of all of this, I think I can agree with that, because there was some real talent there that made some really amazing stuff, and it just got stuck behind too many velvet ropes and membership fees and everything.
Yeah, I agree. It deserved better. I also think that spike in player numbers for Destiny 2, I gotta assume you expect that on some level. It's a big game. It's been announced that it's basically going under. And, I mean, not so people are gonna check it out, or just one last time. It's like, not to be morbid, but like when a musician dies, everybody starts listening to their music for a day or two to just remind themselves, kind of a memorial, something like that. I think that's a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. Not to discount the actual, merit of the update itself, because it is pretty meaningful. I haven't played it myself, but I did get to our Paul Tassi, Jacob Fullerton, as Inside Games fans may not know this gentleman, but he is a Destiny laureate, and he's back in. He was speaking very highly in the last update, specifically about how it's made a lot of content relevant again. A lot of gear has been revamped to be useful, and it's opened up entirely new builds. There's old content that now you can play in new ways. Like, it actually is seemingly a pretty genuinely amazing update. And Sparrow Racing's back. But also, they probably could have brought Sparrow Racing back at the moment. So, it's one of those things. Like, there's the cynical burnout in the back of my head that keeps kind of chattering about this stuff, the devil on my shoulder. And I think that devil's why we ended up in this spot with Destiny, unfortunately. But it is tragic to think about all the worlds we could have seen. But we can be grateful for all the ones we have seen. And at least we have the ability to go back. At the same time, going anywhere. Not yet. Hey, speaking of not going anywhere, we're going to be reporting the gaming news as long as we're able. As long as these internet pipes carry our voices and you're willing to watch us do it, we're going to do it. So thank you.
I'm willing to watch Lawrence.
We only get to do this because people watch. We appreciate that. There's another factor, though. We do have a Patreon. Some people support us directly. There's not a whole lot of... We're not going to strong arm you. We post everything for free on the Patreon with...
Xbox reportedly knew they were going to close or sell off Hellblade Studio Ninja Theory before debuting their latest game, Senua, at the Xbox Game Showcase last
It's such a dick move. Hey, look at this game. You can't have it. That's fucking assholes. From a certain point of view.
The reason is pretty out there, but it almost makes sense. What's the deal, Brian? Why are we dealing with this?
Well, this comes from GameFile Stephen Tillo, who spilled this particular tea in his latest GameFile newsletter, writing that Microsoft had already planned to sunset or split with Ninja Theory when the art house studio showed their latest game, the third in the Hellblade series, simply titled Senua, on June 7th.
Senua, bro. Senua.
The thinking at Xbox was that showing the trailer would attract potential investors and help the studio find a new home versus being closed outright. So I guess
Yeah.
Microsoft just
guess.
waited until after Valentine's Day to break up with them.
Brian stumbling through the name of Senua
Pretty much.
shows you why Ninja Theory is probably not doing very well.
Mhm.
If only everybody knew the name Senua, then at least Ninja Theory would be doing okay.
Speak English.
Hellblade is the video gameiest title you could ever call a video game.
That's right.
And for some reason, they didn't call it Hellblade 3, which might be an even more video gamey title. I want to play Hellblade 3. That sounds awesome. But despite our misgivings on the title and in some cases our inability to pronounce it, that's a hell of an arrangement, huh? Gosh, I don't know that we've ever heard of that.
Stone shit.
Totoro does specify that he doesn't know if anyone at Ninja Theory was aware of this plan. So it's possible, maybe the best case scenario is that everyone agreed that this would be the case, right? That Ninja Theory's leadership and Xbox all come together and say, okay, we've got this demo. We will give you a placement in our showcase to try to attract a buyer. But gosh, who knows? And it would be pretty cruel, I think, to put that game up in front of an audience and give the developers this time right before kicking it to the curb.
Yeah, and apart from that nugget of hot goss, Totilo's newsletter mostly reflects on just how transformative recent years have been for the Xbox division, and all of the stats are very depressing.
Totillo starts referencing a 2022 org chart from Xbox, almost half of whom have since left the company. Jeez, in 4 years, that's crazy. He made annotations on a similar 2022 graphic from X-user Kubril, crossing out the studios that have been divested, closed, or rumored to be closing soon. And we're coming up on that June 30th deadline for the fiscal year, and so I'm morbidly curious to see what Xbox is going to do.
Yeah, because if that's when the budget stops, that's when the payrolls end. But I guess you set aside money for severance and everything like that to close out everything. But yes, that's very soon, and that's a lot of workers to get flooded out onto the market all at once. I mean, I know this has happened with tech companies over and over again. They have these massive rounds of layoffs. Not looking forward to that, but I guess getting back to this at hand, this touched on something very interesting, which is the hows, whys, and whens of when a publisher or a developer decides to put a game out in the world and announce it publicly. I'm just curious how you guys feel about this. Do you think it's humane to the audience to showcase a game that you don't intend to publish?
No, that's I hate that.
Yeah,
no,
shitty
it's
as
like
hell.
fraudulent almost.
Yeah, man.
I feel like the gaming industry has such a bad history of stuff being shown that either never happens, takes 10 years to happen, and then it sucks, or whatever. Like, no, that you never meant to bring it, and you knew at the time, like, this is never going to happen. If you were putting them out for potential suitors, just put a for sale sign at the end of the trailer or something. But, like, this blows. Even if, I don't know, I guess it's better if the studio knew, and maybe it's like, well, at least can you just put it, I guess it really does hinge on the studio knew, but for the fans, like, it doesn't really matter. Like,
Or just see it, I suppose.
Most likely what happens, so no, it sucks.
This is really interesting. I'm just going through YouTube just to see the Senua trailer views, because I think if, for example, what we were just talking about, where Microsoft and Ninja Theory spoke about this beforehand, and they were like, we're going to show the trailer, and then ideally this will drive interest in your studio when we let you guys go, which, by the way, Brian is correct. It does sound very fraudulent. They can do whatever they want. They can show trailers for anything. I guess it doesn't necessarily have to promise that a game is coming out, but regardless, they do that and say, let's assume that Ninja Theory and Xbox all knew together that they're going to part ways. They're going to try and drive interest from Senua before they end up parting ways. The views on these trailers are terrible. Like, they're really, really bad. It's like 220,000 views on Xbox's channel, 77,000 views on Ninja Theory. It's just really, really bad. And I think, I'm not saying that it hinged on the views for you, but that's a great way to see the hype around a video game before it actually comes out, to find out how many views a trailer can drive. And it would have been great if Ninja Theory could have pointed at instead of Senua, Hellblade 3, pointed at the Hellblade 3 trailer and been like, look at that, 10 million views. And everyone's like, whoa, alright, cool, yeah, like, we'll do that. But this is just not good. And I was worried for Ninja Theory a year ago. And I'm not worried for them anymore, because it sounds like they're probably going to have to go and do their own thing. But maybe that will be better for them as a studio. I don't want to say that, because I don't know what's going to happen. But it's just not looking good all the way around, even for driving hype for a game that they really should have driven hype for.
Yeah, I agree. There's something. I think I finally landed on what rubs me the wrongest about this. Well, I can definitely appreciate, if we take it under its best possible context, I can appreciate Xbox doing whatever they can to try to find a new home for this studio. There's some accounting for the human cost there. But what I find a bit hypocritical is that Asha Sharma has done a decent job of what she considers talking to the core and messaging the core and bringing back exclusives and all this. But I think it is betraying the core to do something like that. I think Brian touched on it. I think that there's definitely a quiet assumption from everybody watching the games showcase that these are games that Xbox intends to
Yeah, for real.
And these are the reasons you're going to get an Xbox, like she keeps saying. So to put a trailer in there that doesn't serve that purpose, that isn't like consumer, these are the products you have to look forward to, that we are going to do our best to actually release. If they're playing games with the business layer of it, that's not serving the audience, that's not serving the core. You're actually not, you're setting them up for disappointment. Because I think we've all, I don't know that Senua is going to necessarily be a Prey 2 or anything like that, even though I like that series and I like Ninja Theory a lot, which kind of touches on a different point we'll get to in a minute. But yeah, that's a bummer. For fans of that series, especially ones that associate with Xbox, to put another game, like, this is for new fans, and it's actually not. It's for anyone in the investor circles that might be watching this. Which, yeah, why couldn't they have just, like Brian said, found a different way to market it? I know that investors are watching these conferences too, just like game developers are, so in a way, the consumer's not your only audience for these showcases. But surely there are circles you can just talk to only investors in, and maybe news would have leaked out of that or whatever, but I don't know. There's a way to do that without necessarily using the audience as kind of a marketing chip in the middle of it. Which also kind of reminds me of another thing. So when I saw Senua, I was like, gosh, it looks pretty, and it's got the intensity, but it kind of just looks generic? I don't know, like, there was none of the Hellblade wackiness of, like, surrealistic puzzles, or big, crazy enemies, that kind of, like, psychedelic drip enemies. It's just Senua kind of smashing enemies with a sword. That might lend some credence to the fact that they did communicate about this. So, yesterday I was speculating that 2 weeks is not enough time for any of these developers to put a prototype together to try to pitch to investors. What I saw in Senua kind of looked like a quick prototype using whatever assets they had on hand to make something they could show. And that also might be the reason it's called Senua and not Hellblade 3. Because I don't think any investor would want to buy the third game in a franchise, but they might want Senua 1. Like,
Dang, that's sneaky as hell.
They're selling a brand, rebooting it as Senua, and a game that looks a little more mass market, in that you're just kind of walloping a bunch of demons with a sword instead of a big crazy art house experiment of what mental health
Everything's for sale somewhere.
or something like that. That's something that an investor might want to pay for, or think they want to pay for, versus the art house slant of Hellblade 1 and 2. So it kind of aligns, if you think about it, at least from what I've seen and now that I'm thinking about, is that maybe they did have a month or 2 months to throw this.
Let's see, what can we
As they
do?
throw together, I hate to sound like that I'm sort of dismissing
30
the efforts of
minutes.
everyone involved, because I'm sure people in Ninja Theory are working their ass off, and everyone involved at Xbox is trying to find the best possible path out of this. But it does kind of align that maybe Ninja Theory knew, or at least the leadership knew, and told their teams, okay, this is the next game, we're going to work on Senua, we need a basically
The
a prototype
unsinkable.
leaking gameplay footage for the showcase. They get it in there, and this is the shot they've shot, and hopefully this is their way of finding somebody. But yeah, that would be a bummer, but maybe that's the best possible scenario.
You know what?
Ninja
I'm
Theory
playing a
was
little
given
golf.
like a 2-month runway to try to put together a pitch that ultimately
Play a
ended up
little
being
golf.
Xbox showcase.
I think you're
30 minutes.
right, Lawrence. I think
Then go to bed.
the stuff that you're describing stays at
Then
the
go
top
to work.
levels of Ninja Theory. So
Come
like
back and do
usually
it again.
the executives are the only ones that kind of know this. Then they have to go down to people that are making the prototype and be like, okay, we need a prototype in 3 months. And all of them are going, why? Like looking at each other, being like, what? They're just like, just do it. We need it. It's going to be put out as a trailer for the,
Okay.
Xbox showcase at Summer Game Fest. And everyone's like, oh, okay, all right, we got it.
They're talking for me, aren't they?
I would be shocked.
Forgot about that part.
Shopping block, like hearing. I really would be shocked. Like someone came back to them from Microsoft and said, "Your game did not sell well." Hellblade 2. We really need to come up with something
Alright.
fast to release.
Super Battle Golf.
From Ninja Theory. Or they gave
Super Battle Golf.
just let them pause, hang,
Golf, golf,
and everyone knew. In terms again of executives, they all knew what was happening to Ninja Theory, and as Phil leaves, and like sort of the blocks sort of land in place.
I had the accent way wrong.
Oh, what's going to happen to us?
Super Battle Golf.
Companies, and the middle management portion is usually you're just sort of like
Full.
everyone's looking around and no one feels good.
Password.
So you like know something's gonna happen, but you don't know when. And that's kind of what this feels like, where they were like pushing them to get something as fast as possible out. And maybe it seems like you can save the studio. We'll make this prototype, and then like it'll get 10 million views, and Ninja Theory will be back. We'll be able to do it. When in reality, that probably never was the case. And it's pretty shocking to me that we could even relate to of the fact that they released a trailer only to drive up the value of a studio they were getting rid of. That's a crazy thing to say. And boy, do I hope that wasn't true, but it's starting to sound like it might be true.
It's also like in no other media would we put up for this. Like if I see a trailer for Disclosure Day, I'm assuming I can go watch Disclosure Day in a few weeks. But in gaming, it's just like, oh, here it is. Maybe not. It is insane what the industry does. But I definitely hope Ninja Theory gets picked up or whatever works out for it. It's such a weird corporate.
You know, it's funny you say this doesn't happen anywhere else, because it does. Well, I'm reminded. I watched some like Canon film promo reels from the '80s, and those had fully made up movies with like actors they had not signed because they were just bluffing to like get money and clout so that they could continue producing things. So for sure, well, at least it's happened in film. I mean, the movie Argo, like they did a whole fake PR campaign for an entirely different reason. Of course, that reason wasn't producing a film. So yeah, that touches on an interesting topic because it was a bit of an eye-opening moment for me once I started talking to developers, PR cycle and stuff, of why trailers are done when they are. We tend to think, I think very rationally, that if a trailer's in a consumer-facing showcase of games, that it was placed there to market a game that's intended to be made. That's not always the case, because yes, there are sometimes a bunch of meta bullshits that can influence when and why that happens. One that's really interesting that kind of blew my mind is job hiring. Sometimes when a game's announced really, really early, they'll put a trailer in the showcase.
Nice try.
Game developers watch these too. They kind of like games, like we do. So they're not so different, it turns out. But yeah, you can either advertise that you're working on the next game in a franchise that's very beloved. I know that BioWare did that to try to bring players into to Dragon Age.
Wow.
And it can also attract employees that are excited to get in on the ground floor of the new franchise, a resume builder, something like that. So there's reasons that games are announced in the way they are well before, like 5 years before they plan to ship. There's also another one that I've become aware of, and that's inter-office politics and clout. If you have a studio that has multiple projects, sometimes a project will push for it to get announced well before it should probably be announced, just for the sake of maintaining clout and momentum and influence inside of office politics. That can also relate to resources. So if you have a bunch of fans clamoring for your game, even though maybe further away, if you get enough people pushing for it, you get everyone excited about it, it gets easier to argue for stuff. So that kind of leads to this mentality that if you push the envelope a little bit, fib a little bit, get more people on your side, more momentum, then you can retain access access to resources you might need for your team if it's seen as competing with other teams. I'm going to drop a little hot goss here. Not sourcing
What the
anything,
fuck?
but I'm pretty sure that's why Overwatch 2 was announced.
What in my pocket over there?
It was announced because they didn't want to get out before taking all the momentum away from Overwatch.
What the fuck?
That's also why they made a lot of
What
promises.
is happening right now?
There was no intention, or there was maybe not a concrete plan of actually following through on it. And I think now that we've seen the outcome, I feel a lot more comfortable saying that because it kind of correlates with what we've seen. There's also developers that just kind of like being celebrated. They get kind of tired of spending years in their office working on a thing and not telling anyone about it. Though developers that have in the past kind of been at the center of attention get tired of being forgotten about, so then they announce Elder Scrolls 6, so that everyone gets really excited for a little while. But then, whoops, they're not going to make it for another 8 years. So there's a lot that goes into, there's a lot of humanity that goes into why these trailers get injected into conferences or shown when they are. And it's messy out there. People are irrational and weird. But that's my brain dump of everything. Most things I've learned. Hopefully that wasn't too much. But yeah, I find all this stuff fascinating. The intersection of the human element and the business element, and then just the video games as a product. How it's not always the center. It's not always the center of people's decision making.
I stand corrected. And everybody else with examples of why I'm
Wow.
in the comments, I also stand corrected.
You know what, Brian? It's funny. I was going to support you. I was going to say, generally speaking, in terms of mass media, you're right. They don't show movie trailers for huge movies that they're never going to release. Sometimes, like Marvel might put a scene or like a character into a trailer that will not be in the movie. That's just.
I'm coming for you first.
But generally speaking, movies or television, like if you see a trailer, it's because the thing is getting made and they are already signed a contract. And what Lawrence, it's great. Lawrence's example actually, I think, owns up to that. It makes sense because back in the 80s, let's say the film industry was maybe a little younger. Video game industry maybe still a little younger, and kind of, we could do whatever we want. Like, you just throw out a trailer for Senua knowing it's not going to come out because fuck it. Yeah, it's just it's really weird. This is a strange thing, and like Lawrence said something really important, which is they're betraying the core here, and you're totally like that's like what a bummer for people that like
Shit.
Hellblade and Senua. Like what a total bummer to hear that this is just a bargaining chip. Your eyes are a bargaining chip. But maybe hopefully to save the studio. I'm not sure. So thank you very much for watching Inside Games. That's right. Your eyes are bargaining chips for us. We go to huge companies every day trying to sell Inside Games. They keep saying no. So hopefully maybe the more people that will watch, then we can just finally sell to Amazon and then go fuck off to an island. I'm kidding. That's good. Also, we have a Patreon because I'm totally joking. These people on Patreon actually support us with their hard-earned cash. Wiremont Games, Jorge the Beer Villain, and Wildred, we appreciate you supporting us, and you're not a bargaining chip for us selling to Microsoft.
Never betray you until it's slightly profitable to do so. That's our promise.
This guy's in love with me. Don't let him touch you, he's got chlamydia. Yo, I fell all the way down the mountain. God damn it. You know how long it took me to get up there? Plague on humanity. Why the fuck's my ball all the way back there now? Oh, fuck me. You're joking. Why would the fucking... Oh. How come people can touch my ball? I don't touch other people's balls. Nobody likes you. Someone's definitely cheating. Ha, I got it in. Thanks, Bunsen. Yo, Bunsen can hit people's balls. That's not allowed. That guy's a loser. Look at that loser. Girl, look at that loser. That's bullshit. In the shallows. Hello. What is expert? Other people can hit your ball? So unrealistic. No, that's real. You could get that at the Walmart. Yeah. Express lane. They only offer it at like the fancy golf courses. That's why you probably haven't heard of it. Orbital lasers. Pooey. Huh. Looks like I made it. Nowhere near it. That's cool. That was nice. Oh my god, you're a fucking asshole. It's going. Come on, baby. It didn't make it. Let's go. Oh boy. Hola. Oh no! Fuck me. Landed in the water. Ow. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. What a great game. Oh, I'm on his way. What the fuck? Dude, what the fuck is this? Stop lying to me. Se me hace que soy chingón. Hello? This is bullshit. Give me a cart, bitch. Go on, buddy, go. Yeah! That's how we do. Wild. Dude, where the fuck my ball go? Jesus Christ. This motherfucker. Whoever threw my ball all the way to the behind the starting point is what we in the medical field refer to a bitch as. Bonk. Hole in one. Whoops. You're a fucking bitch, dude. Sebby's gonna kick us out. Oh. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, punk ass bitch. Fucking two, dude, two! Oh my god, you fucking asshole. No mames. That's not nice. Fuck's my ball? Would you look at this fucking thing? Kick him out, Sevi. You're a piece of shit, dude. ¿Te jodiste, güey? Ja. What? What? Some bullshit. Dude, I am pressing E. Fucking shit, dude. No way. I got cheated. Well, thanks for joining. That was fun. Kind of went over time, but have a good night. Oh, you didn't even see the fucking game, did you? You're stuck on this fucking screen. Oh, dingus. Oh well. It's not like anybody watches that.